Oh, hey! Right, one more time, then we're going to focus on this final. Just give me one more second. We'll just watch this again. Nice positive vibes going into this Champions League final. Come on. And oh, hey! Right, let's be here. Time to win another trophy and another Champions League. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well, and today it is the biggest game in our time in Africa to date, the CAF Champions League Final, where we're taking on Bloemfontein Celtic, a team who have beaten us so far this season, one of only 3 teams to do that. So if you're looking forward to this episode, remember to go down below, leave a big thumbs up on the video, and if you're new around here and want to keep up to date with this Hexagon Challenge, also hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. Hopefully I'm not as red as I was at the start of yesterday's episode with my face. Not too sure what happened there. It might have been because I didn't have my curtains closed, but hopefully we've fixed that issue today and I look a little bit less like Donald Trump at the start of this video. But we have a few games to catch you guys up on since we played the semi-final in yesterday's episode, which if you missed, I will leave a link to in the top right corner, beating the Tunisian outfit CS Sfax 4-0 in both legs and 8-0 on aggregate. We had a Nedbank Cup semi-final and then 2 Premier Division games, and the spoiler was in the intro. We did wrap up the title, but first off, we took on Chippa United in the Nedbank Cup. We actually put out our full-strength team in this game in the end, and it took a fair while for us to win this game. You can see the E, so it went to extra time, but eventually we got the better of these guys 1-0. It was the first half of extra time, the 97th minute, a corner. Walters finding Daldo Mahua. He puts a header away, and that was it. You look at the overall stats, though, we really should have wrapped the game up by that stage anyway. If we didn't win that game, if it went to penalties, we could have been in for a bit of an upset, and I would have been upset if we didn't win that game. We weren't very clinical. We should have had 3 goals according to the XG, just weren't quite at the races for that game off the back of those Champions League semi-finals, but luckily, with the help of extra time, we still got the job done, and we will be coming back for the Nedbank Cup final in tomorrow's episode, no matter what happens today. So even if we win, we do still have another episode here, and it is against our derby rivals here in Pretoria in the Mamelodi Sundowns. So that could be a nice fitting way to end our time here in Africa, should things go well today. And off the back of that, we had 2 games in the top division. We only needed 1 win from either of these games to wrap up the title, and we did it in this game against the Kaizer Chiefs. I won't show you the celebration because we saw that in the intro, but we'll show you guys the goals. First up, that 3-0 win against the Kaizer Chiefs at their home stadium. We open the scoring in the 25th minute of this game. Lapo, just inside the box, a really tight angle here. He just fires a shot off. Somehow it gets past the goalkeeper in the back of the net. A really interesting angle to be scoring a goal, but he got in the back of the net. It's a fair play to him, and we were 1-0 up after 25 minutes, and from there, a couple of minutes later, Gordinho with a header from a Mateza cross to make it 2-0. That was the score at halftime, and Gordinho got a double in the second half. Nunes up to him. A lot of deflections there off a Nunes shot, and Gordinho was just there to pick up the scraps, and we picked up a 3-0 win and wrapped up the title with a very solid display, a bit more clinical than we were against Chippa United, which is good, even though it was the rotation team. It was a nice result, and we secured the DSTV Premiership, and then a bit of a nuts game against Cape Town Spurs. A few things happened in this game that I'm going to have to explain. I possibly should have replayed this game, but given the state of the league, it didn't feel like we needed to, and the game overall, because, yeah, it was a really odd one, but we did win it 3-0 at home. So before we get into the goals, we got a red card in the 8th minute, given Faro for that, which is an interesting tackle to be given a straight red for anyway. But yeah, so we were down to 10 men in this game after 8 minutes and still got the job done. We opened the scoring in the 11th minute, so not long after that red card. Mateza on the right-hand side, in for Nunes, finds Gordinho and is able to tuck that away in the left-hand side to goal. We didn't bring on a replacement for Faro. We just carried on with 2 midfielders and no one in the CDM role, and it still worked. Then in the second half, Nunes was able to put that away in the bottom left corner around the hour mark, and not too long after that, in fact, it was actually closer to full time, we were given a penalty and we scored in the 87th minute. Now, they did score a goal in the 88th minute. I'm not sure why it didn't show up on the scoreboard. You can see it was a legit goal. It comes up in the highlights, but for some reason, it wasn't added to the scoreboard. So I have no idea what's going on there. And then in the 93rd minute, apparently they got another one, and it hasn't shown up on the scoreboard. So the game bugged out a bit on us, it's fair to say. Luckily, it didn't actually impact on who won the game, so that's why I didn't replay the game, especially with 10 men. But yeah, that was a really weird one. Should have been 3-1 at least. I remember seeing that goal that they scored in the 88th minute. I don't remember the goal from the 93rd minute when I played this game. I had to restart the game afterwards because it was very buggy. I just wanted to get past that game. But because it didn't have an impact on who actually won the game and the league, because it's already wrapped up for us, I didn't replay the game. But FM doing weird FM things there, but a really good performance from our guys considering that red card for given Faro. So we do come into this game having maintained our nice form, albeit the last game not exactly in the circumstances that you would expect, but we're taking on Bloemfontein Celtic. We've beaten them twice in the league since they beat us in the MTN8 final earlier this season, and we're playing our 4th Champions League final in this save and looking for our 4th win. We are yet to lose a Champions League final once we've got to them, so hopefully that can continue and we can look to have a one and done here at SuperSport United. Now, we'll show you guys the team news briefly. We're, as we were, only unregistered players. Faro's red card does not carry over into the CAF Champions League, so he is still available for us from the bench. But Bloemfontein Celtic are missing some quite important players. Tialane, Ludla and Villion are all out, so they are definitely going to be weaker than they usually are. So this is a really good opportunity for us, especially in the form we're in, and hopefully we can pick up this 4th Champions League and make our way 2/3 through this Hexagon challenge. And we'll come back shortly from the Stade Olympique in Algeria with team sheets for this African Champions League final. And here are the team sheets for this game. We are as full strength as we can be this time. No changes like we've had in our past few Champions League games. It's the same team that's taken us through the Champions League stages since we were able to re-register players. The only change that we've had since we really started is that Olivares came in for Mateza, and he's been doing a good job at right back. Anyway, in terms of Bloemfontein Celtic, as we know, they are missing a few players, including the players that we pinched off them, who cannot make our starting team because they are cup tied. Still got some good players in there though. DeLonghi has been a player who has popped up quite regularly when we have played these guys so far this season, as has Muzzy Buko. But you back us to be winning this game, and hopefully, as I said, we can get this 4th Champions League wrapped up in one season here in Africa. And we will be wearing our home uniform here, the blue with the red top, and Bloemfontein Celtic are in green with white shorts. And they will be kicking off playing right to left. And as I said, be very nice if we can wrap this up in a season here in Africa and pick up 2 Champions Leagues in back-to-back seasons. Mofokeng there with an early slide tackle will be a throw-in to Bloemfontein. And they will show it, or no, they won't. So it's still 0-0 after a minute here in the Champions League final of Africa. 14 minutes, and we have our first proper highlight. Bloemfontein Celtic with a throw-in, but Kubica does intercept it, which is good from him. He's been a little bit up and down for us lately, but that's a good start for him in this game. Boyson driving through, but hits it wide. It's a good early chance. Tight angle, though, and it will remain 0-0 after a quarter of an hour. 22nd minute, and Bloemfontein Celtic are on the ball just inside their own half, but at the moment, the highlights have been staying with them, but we get possession back from them again. Boyson up to Malanga. It's a long ball. Can he get past his defender? He can. Tight angle. Tries to play a ball in, but it will go out for a corner, so we might have an early chance here from a set piece. We put it in. Dubé gets his head to it just wide, and it does remain 0-0 after 22 minutes. Although now we have a free kick. Walters puts us in. Malanga gets his head to it, and we're 1-0 up in the Champions League final. Let's go. That was a nice ball from Walters. It was a tight angle, but he puts it in the back of the net. His 37th goal this season. Malanga will certainly be up there in player of the season discussions. The goalkeeper can't shut down the angle. A good ball to the far post, and we are 1-0 up. He is just onside, and a very nice start for us. 1-0 after 23 minutes. 26 minutes gone here, and we've got a counter-attacking chance to try and get a cushion goal. Kenny Mahua makes his way forward in field. Slide tackle, but we will still get possession. Boyson switched on, so we will get it back. Back to Mofokeng, puts the ball over the top for Boyson. I thought he might have been offside there, but the corner will be taken. So Lakessa with a very good point blank save there, and it remains 1-0 as we get to the half-hour mark. But now we have another throw-in as Mokoena on the ball back to Mofokeng. And we look to keep up this good start. A long ball, Malangu gets past his defender. Can he put this away? Nearly just wide. Very good chance. And it's still 1-0. And that is half time in this Champions League final. No highlights in those final 15 minutes. Look, we'll take the 1-0 lead, especially because Bloemfontein Celtic have not got a shot off in this game yet. So that is good to see. We've had a few good chances, only really managed to put one of them in the back of the net, but it's going pretty well for us. I will probably take Kubica off at halftime. He's been, as I said, very hot and cold lately and only on a 6.5 rating. So we'll make a change there and then we'll get into the second half. And in terms of our bench options for this game, I don't want to bring Farrow on after that red card. We'll bring Andrew on, who is a bit more of a box-to-box anyway. And we'll get going with the second half, 1-0 up in the Champions League Final of Africa. 45 minutes, so just after the restart, we have a highlight. Olivares into Walters, puts the ball in. Malangu tries to hit that down for Boyson, but they do cut it out. Bloemfontein Celtic. This highlight does continue. Hopefully we can get possession back or at least pin them down in their own half. They play a ball over for DeLonghi, a good player here on the ball for Bloemfontein Celtic. Makes his way forward. Jafta now just holding the ball up. Mazabuko out to Jafta. Him and DeLonghi are two dangerous players that we are all too familiar with from previous matchups. And DeLonghi on the ball. Jafta puts a ball in, it's headed, but straight at Gunga, and we hold on to our 1-0 lead for now. 56 minutes gone. Bloemfontein Celtic do have a throw, but we are still dominating this game. They've only had the one shot now. Hopefully we can keep it that way as Ohan is on the ball. It's a good foot in by Mofokeng, and we get possession back and look to break on the counter. Walters, Mokoena, long ball forward for Malangu, back to Mofokeng. Some really liquid football here. Malangu making his way down the left-hand side, past his man inside the box. What can he do? We lose possession, but we will keep it after they try and clear it. Andrew on the ball, and as I said, after this cushion goal, though Bloemfontein Celtic are now in possession, they put a ball forward. They try and find Hongwani. He holds the ball up, gets past Mofokeng this time, puts a ball in. He's running onto it, is DeLonghi, but that's a good save from Gunga. A little bit further to the right of him, it might go in the net, but it remains 1-0. 68 minutes and a throw into Bloemfontein Celtic, so they are definitely trying to come back at us in this game as we hold on to the 1-0 lead. A ball over the top for Shadu. Here's a shot. Gunga is able to tip that out, and luckily Shadu puts it out for a goal kick. Some chances here for Bloemfontein, but it remains 1-0 with 20 to go. 78th minute, another throw into Bloemfontein Celtic to start a highlight off. So we're holding on. Not a game of many highlights, but we don't mind as long as we get the wins. Wane on the ball back for Potsane. Puts the ball forward, but Olivares intercepts it. Mahua, that's a wonderful ball. Gets Malangu in behind. Can he seal it? Yes, he can. Sakil Malangu is 38 for the season, and we are 2-0 up with 10 to go. Surely now we've got one hand on this African Champions League trophy. It's been a pretty tight game against an opposition who are definitely capable of beating us, but that ball from Kenny Mahua, another great assist by him. It's just perfectly weighted for Malangu to run onto, and he's finished off like that so many times this season into the top left corner, and we go 2-0 up after 82 minutes. We'll make a change here just off the back of that. We'll bring Farrow on for Walters. We'll do it because he is on a red heart, Farrow. Hopefully he can't stuff things up even with a red card this late in the game. Hopefully he won't get another one. We'll make that substitution and we'll be 2-0 up with 6 minutes to go in the Champions League Final. Okay, 91 minutes gone here. It should be wrapped up. We've got a few players on red hearts. I'm going to take Mokoena off, and Rashad Malloy can play DM, so we'll make that change. We've told the boys to slow the tempo down. We just need to see out this extra minute and a quarter, and we'll be winning the Champions League. And even if we don't, we've got a 2-goal cushion, so hopefully we can hold on anyway, but we'll play out the rest of this game. We'll hit the play button. You can see Bloemfontein Celtic stat-wise have come into it a bit more in the second half, but it looks like it's going to be too little too late as we are on the ball past referees added time. Surely it's going to get blown up soon. Olivares out to Malloy. The two fullbacks not playing in those positions today, but they do hold the ball up nicely for us, just trying to suck time down. Farrow and for Boyson. Here's a crack. Oh, and we're going to wrap it up with a goal. That is a really nice strike to finish off this Champions League final. Welcome Boyson getting amongst the action after Mahu has set up a goal and Malangu's got a double, and now Welcome Boyson. A wonderful strike from the outside of the box on the volley. Farrow just shovels this across for him. He's left open. They're all marking Malangu top left corner, and we're going to win the Champions League Final 3-0 by the looks of it. That is another pretty comprehensive result for us in a Champions League Final. From memory, we haven't actually been tested too much in the Champions League Finals once we've got to them in the save. And there's the full-time whistle. We have done it. We've won the CAF Champions League. 4 out of 6. We are nearly there in this Hexagon challenge. I say nearly. We've still got at least 2. We've still got 2 more to go, and it might take more than 2 seasons, but it's starting to feel like, especially with UEFA and the Copa Libertadores also completed, as well as Oceania, we are very close to completing this challenge now. 4 out of 6, but Asia and North America is all that is left as we lift up the trophy. I say we, it will be our captain and Kenny Mahua, who I haven't mentioned it yet, but was leaving the club on a free transfer at the end of this season. So very happy we got it done inside a season, because both he and Rashad Malloy were 2 quite good players who were going to leave us on a free transfer. We're about to get the Gunga cartwheel, or I might have missed it there actually, but a really good result for us. We dominated that game for the most part. Bloemfontein Celtic, a few chances in the second half, which forced some good saves out of Gunga, but on the whole, apart from Kubik, good ratings across the board, and we pick up a deserved Champions League final win, and it's pretty sweet considering that it is against Bloemfontein Celtic, who did beat us for a trophy earlier in the season when we played their MTN8 final. They are a good team. Probably would have been tougher for us next season. I'm not sure if we would have had the money to replace the likes of Kenny Mahua in terms of first team quality, but we'll take that indeed. A really good performance in the end, and we take out this CAF Champions League and look to new pastures after tomorrow's episode, now that we've picked up our 4th Champions League in the save. And there is that confirmation in the inbox, a 3-0 win. You look at the stats there in terms of the shots especially, and it does feel like we deserve to win that game. Actually a lot more possession than us, but we were a lot more clinical with our chances. So we make our way through, got an extra 2 million for winning that competition, but in the end now we can just really play out the rest of the season here and get on our way to another region, as we'll go forward to the Nedbank Cup final in tomorrow's episode, take on the Mamelodi Sundowns, round off the rest of the Premier League season here, or I should say DSTV Premiership season here in South Africa, do the end of season review and all that stuff. But very happy with that, keeping up a really nice run of form, especially in these Champions League finals. We've got to be due to lose one soon, but so far it's going very well once we get to the big stage, and we will not complain about that at all. But that will do for today's episode. As I said, we'll come back fairly shortly after this for the Nedbank Cup final, a Pretoria derby against the Mamelodi Sundowns. So that should be a fierce game, and hopefully we can pick up our 4th bit of silverware for the season, much like we did at PSG last season when we were in Europe. But if you did enjoy that episode where we took out the CAF Champions League, our 4th out of the 6 Champions Leagues in the save, remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you're looking forward to the rest of this Hexagon challenge, because we will have a new club in a few episodes time, remember to also hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. But until then, another cup final tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.